The definition of a mother wound is when we have a rupture in between the parental connection between us and our mother. That can be through misattunement, that can be through abuse, neglect. Ultimately, the archetype of the mother was injured. Carl Jung mentions this concept of archetypes. Now, what are archetypes? They are universal concepts stored deep in our psyche that are collective amongst us. And the mother is one of the primary archetypes that we can all adhere to. Every human being who comes into this world comes through a mother. And this concept of a mother being this nurturing figure, think of the archetype like Virgin Mary or Mother Teresa, this nurturing, caring, holding space. This archetype is in us all. And ultimately, when we get to the point of seeing it within our mother, there's a rupture. There's that point of reference where our mother does not meet the abilities to match up to this archetype that's stored within us. Take no mistake, I'm not playing the blame game, because we can blame generations ahead. We can blame our great-grandmother, our great-great-great-grandmother. At the end of the day, science has shown us that epigenetics crosses trauma through our genes. So you're possibly not just dealing with your own mother wound, but this ancestral element of a mother wound that's in your lineage. Now, when we're talking about what the mother wound actually comes out through is relationships. Relationships is the single way the mother wound presents itself in this world. And that's in a way of showing us that we're not worthy to be in this safe, structured relationship. So it comes out in ways like codependency or isolation in the other extreme. Things like interpersonal issues around conflict, avoiding conflict, or seeking out too much conflict. This preconsumption with either being a mother or never wanting to be a mother at all. Now, our mother wound inhibits us from really growing because we don't provide ourselves that sense of nurturing that we lacked. We just ultimately hold a deep program that says, I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of being nurtured. I'm not worthy of being looked after, because our mother ruptured that relationship with us in some way, shape, or form. Now, knowing that this is a universal concept sits quite strongly. We all have a tender mother wound, whether it's big or small. It depends on how you show up for yourself in adulthood. That's the key to healing the mother wound. You have to find this process of reparenting yourself. If you're already a mother, this might be showing up in ways that you've parented your children different to yourself, and yet you hold yourself to the same standard that your mother did. Why are you not giving yourself the same grace that you're giving to your children? Well, it's because you haven't been through the process of reparenting yourself. I want you to sit here with me. Let's sit for a moment and see what comes up. I want you to close your eyes and just feel into your body. It's okay if nothing comes up. Okay, often when we're connecting to our body, we feel foreign, but just start by shrugging both your shoulders up and down. Paired muscle relaxation, so up, holding, and down. Up, focusing on what it's like to be tense and what it's like to be relaxed, okay? I want you to bring an image of a younger self, child self. Maybe you can picture a time when you felt that neglect, where you felt that archetype in you being activated and then disappointed. A moment where you felt yourself with that archetype being activated and then let down. This is a very big, tender wound. Feel free to pause this video if you need more time. Taking a big breath in and a long exhale out, telling your body you're safe. I want you to ask that little child in you, how can I provide you the space you need? How can I nurture you? How can I show up for you as that mother that you needed? Listening might be really confusing for that child to even be asked these questions. holding space for any answer that comes up. Sitting with that. Making an agreement, making a promise that in this next chapter of your life, you are learning the difficult challenges of reparenting yourself and activating that mother archetype within yourself. Now I want you to take your time here, holding space for whatever comes up in your body. Just noticing it. We're not judging it. We're not trying to get rid of it. Staying with that longer breath out to tell our nervous system that we're safe. And closing up that conversation with your younger self. Telling them that you'll see them soon. That there is a day coming that they will be so nurtured and so loved by the very adult that they were wishing would come and save them. That person is you, right here, right now. Take your space as you open your eyes again and slowly come back into the room, okay? There's no rush. That was a really intense exercise to come that close. But the purpose of that exercise is to let you know how powerful this process of reparenting is. And it's not a simple, easy, quick fix. It's a repetitive task that we must do day in and day out with self-compassion to figure out all of the small wounds that we have collected in this mother wound and tending to each and every single one of them. That might look like getting ice cream one day because your inner child was not nurtured in the ability to love their body. That might look like giving your inner child some more space around their feelings of uncomfortability or sadness. It truly looks like anything that you didn't receive as a child, because we understand the role of epigenetics, and we understand that our mother and our grandmother potentially held this mother wound too. For some reason you're on this video looking, there's something in you that's curious about this mother wound, that wants to tend to it. Now this is your time to really nurture the mother within. You don't have to be a mother to remother yourself. We understand that the mother is just an archetype. It's just a set of ideas that encapsulates what a mother is to us, and that can look really unique to you. There's another question in there. Reflect on what a mother looks like for you. What is a mother that you received, and what is the mother that you expected? Because often these worlds don't merge. And when we become a mother, we compensate with being the mother that we expected, but maintaining the mother that we received internally. Now there's that incongruence within ourselves, and that's when we have relational issues, when we have ruptures, when we have body dysmorphia, when we have lack of confidence within ourselves. So many things that are around our self-worth, because ultimately what the mother wound tends to do to us is tell us that we're not worthy of being looked after. So we have a deep sense of almost leaving ourselves behind when we enter a room, because we don't feel like we could bring our whole self in. Now this journey through the mother wound is extremely tender. There is one principle I'd like you to follow when venturing into this wound, and that is compassion. I don't know about you, but I couldn't think of a better word that encapsulates what a mother is other than compassion. A mother holds a deep sense of compassionate, internal, unconditional love. And that's what is going to really be formed within yourself over the next few times that you find yourself in that moment, like I have a space right now to enter into that mode with my inner child and say, how can I be a better mother to you? And enter that reparenting process. Now it's okay to feel scared right now. There's a lot going on. But just center yourself. Find yourself. Can you sit with yourself right here, right now, and say, some part of this is resonating with some part of me. I might have never, ever, ever seen this part, but it's here. Acknowledge it. And find space to sit with yourself. Be patient with yourself as you learn to venture into the world of learning about psychological wounds, about taking that healing journey back into your agency, around centering yourself with all different parts of you, around these themes of acceptance and compassion. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for having this curiosity for knowledge, to earn that agency back, to have that autonomy in your healing journey. And just a little reminder, our healing journey is not a completion. It's not a place that we end up. The ultimate sense of healing is coming to an acceptance that this human experience is messy, that we all have a lot of psychological wounds, that a lot of these archetypes have been woken and unwoken and put to rest and put to sleep, and so much chaos is going on within our human collective psyche. And accepting that, not wanting to change it, is healing. Healing does not look like being la-di-da in la-la land, happy all the time. Healing looks like I have a right to be angry, and I'm going to be angry, and I'm going to give myself the space. Healing looks like my inner child would like some ice cream, and I'm going to venture out and give it that ice cream. Healing looks like accepting that there's sadness within you for old wounds that have sat there for years and years and years, and it's okay for you to be only feeling your feelings right now, because again, this is all a part of the human experience and none of us signed up for it, but here you are, doing it with such grace.